In 1957, during the golden era of American automobiles, cars weren't just transportation. They were bold statements of style, ambition, and national pride. Amid fierce competition with Chevrolet, Ford introduced a model that would shock the industry and change the game: the 1957 Ford Fairlane. It wasn't the flashy Cadillac or the beloved Bel Air that stole the spotlight. It was this bold, stylish, and innovative machine. With two-tone bodywork, a retractable Skyliner roof, and groundbreaking design, the Fairlane became a true icon. In this video, we reveal 10 shocking facts that will change the way you see this forgotten legend forever. Number 1. When Ford began surpassing Chevrolet in sales. In 1957, when American streets were lined with chrome and fins, Ford pulled off a surprise no one saw coming. They dethroned Chevrolet after more than 20 years at the top. The unlikely hero, the 1957 Ford Fairlane. While rivals leaned on flash and fame, the Fairlane combined style, innovation, and smart pricing into a package that captured the hearts of millions. It wasn't just one car. It was a full lineup built for real people. From sleek convertibles to roomy wagons, and even the groundbreaking Ranchero pickup, the Fairlane offered over a dozen configurations to fit any lifestyle. Add in bold too, tone paint, powerful V8 options, and a dash of futuristic flair. And you had a car that didn't just keep up with the competition. It redefined it. Affordable yet luxurious, stylish yet practical, the Fairlane proved that good design doesn't have to be out of reach. That year, Americans didn't just buy a car. They bought into a bold new direction. And for the first time in decades, Ford surged ahead, making history with a machine that blended engineering, elegance, and everyday appeal like nothing else on the road. Number 2. Skyliner. Everything and more. Among the many jaw-dropping innovations of the 1957 Ford Fairlane, none captured the imagination quite like the Skyliner. This wasn't just a car. It was a rolling feat of mechanical wizardry. The Skyliner was the world's first production car with a fully automatic retractable hardtop roof. At the push of a button, a symphony of 10 electric motors, 7 relays, 4 limit switches, and more than 600 mechanical parts sprang into action, silently lifting and folding the steel roof into the rear trunk. The entire process took under a minute, and it was mesmerizing to watch. While other convertibles of the era relied on flimsy soft tops and manual effort, the Skyliner delivered a hardtop convertible experience that was futuristic, elegant, and ahead of its time. Yes, it added weight and reduced trunk space, but what it offered in return was pure engineering magic. This wasn't just a roof. It was a statement, a declaration that Ford dared to go further than anyone else. Even today, decades later, the Skyliner's retractable roof remains one of the most ambitious and complex features ever fitted to a car, and one of the boldest bets Ford ever made. Number 3. Elegantly restrained tail fins in a time defined by excess. While many cars of the 1950s chased wild tail fins and over-the-top styling, the 1957 Ford Fairlane took a different path, one of elegance, restraint, and timeless appeal. Instead of towering fins and flashy excess, Ford opted for subtle rear contours that gently swept upward, paired with sleek, rounded tail lights that felt modern without being loud. But what truly set the Fairlane apart was its brilliant use of chrome. A sweeping chrome spear ran gracefully from the rear tail light all the way to the front fender, creating a strong visual line that made the car appear longer, lower, and more refined. It was a masterclass in optical illusion and design balance, giving the Fairlane a sophisticated presence on the road that still turns heads today. More than just a styling trick, this aerodynamic design helped reduce drag and improve fuel efficiency, all while preserving the futuristic vibe that buyers craved. Unlike many of its rivals that now look exaggerated or cartoonish, the Fairlane's clean lines have stood the test of time. It didn't scream for attention. It earned it quietly, with class. And that's exactly why the Fairlane remains a design icon more than 6 decades later. Number 4. A bold experiment in twin headlight styling. Long before dual headlights became the industry standard, the 1957 Ford Fairlane was already lighting the way, literally. At a time when most cars still featured single round headlamps, Ford took a bold step by offering dual headlights on select Fairlane models where state laws allowed it. This wasn't just a cosmetic change. It was a forward-looking experiment that boosted both safety and style. The additional headlamps delivered broader, more even illumination on the road, improving nighttime visibility and driver confidence. But beyond function, they transformed the Fairlane's face. Paired with its wide front grille and low, slung front end, the twin headlights gave the car a more aggressive, modern, and upscale appearance that made it stand out, even after sunset. It was a glimpse into the future of automotive design, showing Ford's willingness to test boundaries before the competition dared to follow. By 1958, dual headlights became a national trend, but the Fairlane had already been there, done that. This quiet but powerful design choice added one more reason why the 1957 Fairlane wasn't just ahead of its time. It helped shape the time that followed. Number 5. When 312 horses ruled the road. Don't let its family-friendly look fool you. The 1957 Ford Fairlane packed some serious power under the hood. Ford didn't just build one engine for everyone. They offered a full spectrum of choices to match every kind of driver. At the base was a fuel-efficient 223 cubic inch inline-6, perfect for daily commuting and budget-conscious families. But for those who craved speed and performance, Ford unleashed a monster, the 3112 cubic inch Thunderbird Special V8. With a 4-barrel carburetor and a higher compression ratio, this beast delivered up to 312 horsepower, numbers that rivaled sports cars of the era. Paired with either a 3-speed manual or a smooth automatic transmission, the Fairlane could roar down the highway with confidence and attitude. What made it truly remarkable was Ford's flexibility. Buyers could choose between economy and excitement without switching brands or body styles. Whether you were a cautious cruiser or a weekend thrill seeker, the Fairlane had a powertrain just for you. It wasn't just about getting from point A to point B. It was about how you got there. And with the Fairlane, you could do it with speed, style, and a growl that turned heads. Number 6. Aircraft-style cockpit with signature volcano wheel. Step inside the 1957 Ford Fairlane, and you'll feel less like you're entering a car, and more like you're boarding a cockpit. Inspired by aviation design, the interior wrapped around the driver in a sleek, purposeful arc. Gauges and controls were laid out like airplane toggles, all within easy reach, giving the sense that you were piloting a precision machine, not just driving down the road, but the real showstopper, the volcano steering wheel. Its raised, conical center created a dramatic 3D effect that looked futuristic and served a practical purpose. In an era before airbags, this unique design helped minimize chest impact in the event of a collision. It was safety thinking far ahead of its time, cleverly disguised as style. Chrome accents, a column-mounted shifter, and optional dashboard features like signal alert lights added to the cutting-edge experience. The Fairlane's cabin didn't just follow trends, it set them. It made every drive feel like a mission and every driver feel like a captain. For a car that turned heads on the outside, it delivered just as much wow factor once you stepped inside. Number 7. The first pickup based on a sedan chassis. In a decade obsessed with style and performance, Ford dared to ask a question no one else thought to pose. What if a pickup could be practical and stylish? The answer came in the form of the groundbreaking 1957 Ford Ranchero, the world's first pickup built on a sedan platform. Unlike the clunky, truck-based workhorses of the time, the Ranchero delivered something entirely new: the utility of a cargo bed fused with the smooth handling, refined interior, and good looks of the Ford Fairlane wagon. It was a pickup you could drive to work, haul supplies with, and still be proud to park in your driveway. This smart blend of form and function made the Ranchero a hit with small business owners, craftsmen, and families alike. Its unibody design provided a car-like ride, while its practicality opened doors to entirely new kinds of customers. More than a vehicle, the Ranchero was a category, defining innovation, one that would inspire imitators like the Chevrolet El Camino in the years to come. It proved once and for all that utility doesn't have to come at the cost of comfort or class. Number 8. Available warning radio. Long before GPS, Bluetooth, or digital touchscreens, the 1957 Ford Fairlane quietly introduced a feature that hinted at the future of in-car infotainment. It was a simple idea, yet revolutionary for its time: a radio with built-in signal warning lights. This optional system allowed drivers to preset local AM stations, and when the car entered a signal area, a dashboard light would flash, prompting the driver to tune in. No more scanning the dial or missing important broadcasts. Just a subtle, smart alert to keep you connected. In the 1950s, this was practically science fiction. It showed that Ford wasn't just thinking about horsepower and chrome. They were thinking about the driving experience. This forward-thinking feature marked one of the earliest steps toward integrating information and entertainment inside the vehicle. It wasn't flashy, but it was smart, proof that innovation often starts with the small details. And for the Fairlane, it was one more reason it felt years ahead of its time. Number 9. A car in every driveway. One of the Ford Fairlane's greatest strengths wasn't just how it looked or how it drove. It was who it spoke to. In 1957, Ford created a car line so versatile that it truly had something for everyone. Homemakers loved the spacious wagons, engineers admired the mechanical precision, and thrill-seeking young drivers gravitated toward the V8-powered hardtops. The Fairlane lineup included multiple trims: Custom 300, Fairlane, and Fairlane 500, each offering a variety of body styles from sedans to convertibles. Whether you wanted a simple daily driver or a head-turning cruiser, you could find it within the same family. And with countless combinations of paint colors, interiors, engines, and features, your Fairlane didn't just feel like any car. It felt like your car. Ford didn't build a one-size-fits-all vehicle. They built a platform for personal expression. It was this unmatched flexibility that helped the Fairlane win over so many hearts and driveways across America. Number 10. Two-tone styling at its finest. In an era where cars became rolling fashion statements, the 1957 Ford Fairlane set a new standard for visual impact. Its bold two-tone paint schemes weren't just stylish, they were unforgettable. But what truly made the design sing was the sweeping chrome spear that ran from the rear tail light all the way to the front fender. This elegant detail did more than separate colors. It created an optical illusion that made the car appear longer, lower, and more luxurious. It was a masterstroke of design, turning every Fairlane into a showpiece, whether parked at the diner or cruising down Main Street. With dozens of color combinations to choose from, buyers could personalize their Fairlane in ways that felt fresh and modern, something rare at the time. Unlike many competitors that leaned on garish fins or overly conservative lines, the Fairlane struck the perfect balance between boldness and class. It wasn't just a car you drove, it was one you proudly showed off. And more than 65 years later, it's still turning heads. Have you ever seen a 1957 Ford Fairlane up close, or maybe even owned one? We'd love to hear your story! Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe so you won't miss our next deep dive into the cars that shaped history.